Let's take a quick look at calculating tax liability, and we'll do an example. Okay, so before you can calculate the tax liability on a tax return, you're going to need to know the taxable income. And so if you look on D2L, you'll see PowerPoints, etc., that talk about the income tax formula and how you get down to taxable income. You'll also need to know the filing status, and you'll need the tax tables from the 1040 instruction booklet. If the taxable income is over $100,000, you'll need the tax rate schedules. Taxable income is on the Form 1040. In 2020, it's on line 15. And it comes from subtracting the itemized or standard deductions, whichever is more, and the QBI deduction, which we'll learn about later in the semester, from adjusted gross income. And then that will give us our taxable income that we calculate the tax on. Filing status is found at the top of the front of the 1040. The IRS tax tables are found in the instruction booklet. There are other tables in the instruction booklet that are called EIC, or Earned Income Credit tables. So you need to make sure that it says tax table across the top of the page so that you know that you have the correct tables. Also note here in this PowerPoint we have 2011, but the current tax year would be calculated the same way. If it's over 100,000, they have places where you can write in numbers and it will calculate out the tax for you. The tables only go up to 100,000. Okay, so when you're using the tables, you have to find the section of income that's closest to the number on your 1040. For example, if your taxable income is $26,780, then you need to find the section for the 26,000s. Okay, then you're going to find where your number fits along in that section, what row it's on, and for example, the 26,780 fits on the row that says at least 26,750, but less than 26,800. That's the row you're going to use. Then you'll move over to the right to the filing status. Now here it's telling us that if your taxable income falls exactly on the first or last number, okay, so in other words, if our taxable income was exactly $26,750 or exactly $26,800, then in that case, you want to make sure that the number you're looking for is on the at least column, which is the first column, okay, the at least column. That's the row you want to use, okay? If it's in the second number, which is the but less than column, then you want to go one row down where your number is the first number in the at least column. That's the row you want to use. Okay, so once you're in the correct row, you're going to go along, follow along your finger until you get to the correct filing status. So if your filing status is married filing joint, you would go across until you reach that column. For 2020, that amount should read 2818 for the 26,780 taxable income. Okay, so this example here in this PowerPoint shows the tax was $31.66 for the same taxable income. So our taxes have gone down since 2011 from $3,166 for that same amount to now $2,818. So here is an example of the tax table. First of all, you want to make sure that it says tax table up at the top. You found the section for the 26,000. You go down and find the row. We're in between 26,750 and 26,800, so we're going to go along that row until we find married filing joint column, which is right here, the second column, and so we see that's 3166. So you'll do the same process in 2020 or whatever other year that you're looking at. You follow the same process, only you're going to take the number from that year's table, but the whole process is still the same. Now, if the taxable income's over $100,000, then we have to use the rate schedules. And there's a worksheet in the instruction booklet, and you just fill it out. The worksheet is also found in publication 17. Okay? Make sure you're using the correct filing status on the worksheet. So let's say the tax liability, instead of $26,780, it's $126,780. It's now over $100,000. So we can't use the tax tables because they end at $100,000. So with a married filing joint filing status, we would end up with tax of $19,771 if we fill out the worksheet. If we filled out the worksheet in 2020, the tax is $19,472. So once again, a less. So here is an example of the worksheet. So the first thing, make sure you're on the correct filing status worksheet. Okay? Then you're going to find where your income fits. So that was $126,780. So that's at least 100, but not over $139,350. So we're going to use this first row. And we put our amount in there, $126,780. Then we go get to the next. It says we're going to multiply that times 25%, which is 0.25. So $126,780 times 0.25 is $31,695. Then there's a subtraction amount, in this case $77.50. So we take the $31,695 minus the $77.50 and we get $23,945. $23,945. And that would be our tax if we had the $126,780. Now that's before any kind of credits are subtracted.